My parents bought the farm in 2015, so Mark and Lindy de Stoop. We'd owned cattle and sheep property in the past, but we'd never tried our hand at breeding racehorses. The farm is just over 300 acres. It's a mix of obviously thoroughbreds, we've got cattle, and we've also got some vineyards here. All the infrastructure was here, or most of it was here. And Dad had always been an avid lover of racehorses. He was involved in a lot of racehorse ownership when I was a kid, and he always had a passion for planes. So he was a pilot, and his dream was to own a property one day and be able to hoon around in his little plane, which now he can do, and just disturb all our neighbours. So he put a little runway in, and he's now living the dream. So it grew pretty quickly, and we've now got about 15 brood mares of our own, and we take on about the same number of clients' mares. And listen, it's not a big operation, it's never going to be a big operation. We want to keep it boutique, we want to keep it small. It's not about quantity, it's about quality of those mares that we get. And yeah, so it's just evolved into that, and we are very passionate about our horses. Ross Byrne is our stud manager, and we are extremely grateful to have a man like him on our farm. He's born and bred horses, raised some amazing racehorses, and a very knowledgeable man. Not only is he a great horseman, he's a great farmer. So he wears many hats on this stud, and he does such a good job.
When I came here, there was, I think, about 4 mares. Chatelaine was one of them. Well, Chatelaine was 18 and when I got here, and she just foaled Mazu, who has turned out to be a Group 1 winner.
Mazu was the 3rd foal we ever bred on the farm. So pretty good result for a small farm in such a short amount of time. Mazu was a horse that he always stood out to us. He always showed those kind of quirks and characteristics that you find in good racehorses.
As a young horse, he was always a really nice, neat horse, very individual, and everything out of that mare can be like that. Real athletic little horse.
When we took him to the sale, I think a lot of people might have been put off by the age of the mare, but excellent judges in Chris and Mike Ward from Triple Crown, they didn't seem bothered by that, and they picked him up for $180,000 at our first ever classic draft.
I sell him out for $180.
Thankfully, we retained a leg in Mazu, and we're forever grateful that we did that, and we've just had such a great time with him and the other owners. He won Brian Crowley Stakes, he won the Fireball, he won the Group 2 Arrowfield Sprint, and then he capped it off with a Group 1 victory in the Doomben 10,000.
Mazu, Powlele, Mazu's won the 10,000 from Powlele.
It really made people sit up and take notice of Parsons Creek, that they were not just blow in, blow out jobs, which there's plenty of people that do that, but they were serious about breeding a good horse, and the quality horses we're starting to turn off now are really nice.
We also had a really handy capitalist colt that we sold last year out of our mare Classic Music. His name's Works, and Trilogy Racing picked him up. Annabelle Neeson trains him. He's a really sharp horse. He's already stakes performed in his first 3 starts, and I think he'll be one to watch, and just another success story from the Classic Sale.
Jonathan, how you going, mate? I was just talking about you. Pleased to meet you, Blake.
So we'll have 7 quality yearlings going down to Classic this year. This will be our 3rd ever Classic draft, and I think we've got probably one of the best drafts we've ever had. We've got a good selection of colts, good selection of fillies, and I think we've got something for everyone there. One of my favourites would probably be the Autumn Sun Colt out of Our Sweet Sydney. She was a mare that we picked up at the Chairman's Sale. He has just come in leaps and bounds during his preparation. Great hindquarter on him, great shoulder, very athletic, and I think he'll do really well at the sale.
So have a say, I think, in the draft, and or 2. We've got a filly and a colt. The colt belongs to a client. He's a first foal out of a Manhattan Rain mare that is. The mare was a 4-time winner, I think it was, and he is a very nice horse, big, strong horse, so hopefully he'll sell well for the owner. First foal, Jonathan?
First foal. I'd like to say you think colt.
He's nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. Hope you sell him.
Another favourite of mine out of the fillies would be the Yes 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 filly. She's out of a stakes winning mare, Siren Song, that we picked up a Inglis broodmare sale. She's got a handful of winners. They've all been pretty handy, and there's something about the filly I just like. She's a forward type. I wouldn't be surprised if she ran early as a 2-year-old. Well, the Inglis Classic Sale has been very good to us. It was the first draft that we ever had, was at an Inglis Classic Sale, and we've got some really good results from those sales, and for a small farm like us, we've done really well.
You can get a Melbourne Cup winner, a Golden Slipper winner, a Group 1 Doomben 10,000 winner. You can get any of those horses out of that sale. And it's a good sale to buy good horses at not too exorbitant prices.
They rally up excellent buyers. All the best trainers are going there. We have, a lot of our classic graduates have gone to some top trainers in Australia, and that's half the job. You know, it's always good to sell your horse, but you really ultimately want them to end up in a good stable to give the horse every chance and to give your mare every chance. And we're always going to be good supporters of the Classic Sale.